The Rambling Geordie.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure you'll have heard about this idea that the government's had about banning kids under 16 from social media. Australia's already done it, other countries are already eyeing it up as well, and a load of politicians over here are banging on about it like it's the answer to all of society's problems. Listen, from where I'm standing, this is a terrible idea, okay? Not because I think kids should be glued to TikTok 24/7, but because the way they're trying to do it hands the state even more control over our lives. I mean, it opens the door to something much bigger and much worse. Let us explain, right, why this is a bad idea, especially if you're someone who doesn't want the government knowing every bloody thing you do online. I mean, first off, how are they actually going to enforce this? You can't just wave a magic wand and stop under 16s logging on. To make a ban work, platforms are going to need proper age verification. That means uploading ID, scanning your face, handing over personal details. And that's not just for kids, by the way, that's for everyone. Because how else are you going to check? So suddenly to use Instagram or whatever, you've got to prove who you are. Your name, your date of birth, maybe even a biometric scan. All that data gets stored somewhere, and once it's there, the state can get its hands on it whenever they fancy. Warrants, national security, child protection, you name it. This is exactly the kind of thing that lets governments track people down. Link your real identity to everything you say and do online. Kill off anonymity, and that's dangerous as hell if you value freedom. Now here's the bit that really boils me piss. A lot of this is being sold as protecting the children. But instead of the government acting like some overbearing nanny state, how about the parents actually get off their arses and parent their own kids? I mean, it's not the state's job to raise your kids, it's yours. If you don't want your 14-year-old doom scrolling at 2 o'clock in the morning, then take the phone off them. Use the parental controls that already exist on every bloody device anyway. Talk to them. Explain why some stuff online isn't great for them. Set some rules and be involved. It's not difficult. Most of these problems come from parents handing over smartphones like they're digital babysitters and then wondering why their kids are anxious and addicted. Social media isn't going to go anywhere. The internet certainly isn't going to go anywhere. Teaching kids how to navigate it responsibly is actual parenting. Banning it just creates a generation who never learns self-control because the government did it for them. And when the ban inevitably fails, which it will, because kids are smart, they'll use VPNs, mates accounts, whatever, then what happens next? More laws, more enforcement and more control. That brings me to the really sneaky part of all of this. The age verification stuff isn't just about the kids. It's the perfect way to make digital ID look completely invaluable. It'll start with, it's only for social media to keep the kids safe. Sounds like a good idea to some people. Then it'll be, well, for your banking as well, for buying age-restricted stuff, for proving you're who you are online. Before long, you won't be able to do basic things without a government-approved digital ID. And that's part of their whole plan to begin with, isn't it? They'll sell it as being convenient, secure, and essential. Why wouldn't you want this? It stops fraud, it protects children. But what all it really does is ties your entire life, online and off, to a single digital profile that the state ultimately controls. If you lose access to that ID, well, you're just locked out of society, aren't you? Want to speak anonymously? Tough. Question the government too loudly? Off to the gulag with you. Age verification is the thin end of the wedge. Once people get used to proving who they are for everything, digital ID stops feeling like a threat and starts feeling normal. And that is how you lose freedom, bit by bit. Look, I'm not saying social media is perfect. The algorithms are designed to keep you scrolling, the content can be brutal, and yes, some kids are getting messed up by it. But the solution isn't more state power and surveillance. Regulate the platform's addictive features if you must. Force them to change how they work for younger users. But don't make every adult hand over their ID just so politicians can look like they're doing something. At the end of the day, the best protection for kids is engaged parents who actually do the hard work. not some centralised system that tracks all of us in the name of safety. If we keep letting the state solve every problem with more control and more data collection, we're just going to wake up one day wondering where our privacy went in the first place. And by then, it'll be far too late. So what do you reckon? Are parents stepping up enough these days, or are we just too quick to hand responsibility to the government? Drop your thoughts in the comments if you want. If you like this video, subscribe and keep an eye out for the next one. Cheers.
Don't be daft, man.